All right, everyone. Sorry for the late post tonight. Just couldn't get this out so early, but let's go ahead and get going on this. All right. So tonight it's only number three, homework number three. There's only two problems. All right. So we have 25. As Sally and George practice for the SAT, their scores on practice tests rises. Sally's current score is 850, and it is rising by 10 points per week. On the other hand, George's current score is 570, and it is growing by 50 points per week. Okay, part A and part B. Part A, when would George's score when would George's score catch up to Sally's? And part B, if the SAT test is in 12 weeks, who will score highest? Right. So, you know what? I think we're gonna go old school, and we're gonna go ahead and do this with a table. Okay, and we might as well do this with 12 weeks. So, right. So we'll do Sally, and we'll do George. Okay. Okay, and then on top, it's going to be the weeks. Okay, so we'll start off with 0 week, or right now, right? So 0 week. So right now, Sally's score is 850. I'll put Sally in red, and we'll put George in blue. Excuse me. George is 570. Right, so that's week 0, and we want to go all the way through 12 week anyway. So, so week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so all right, so let's do let's see who's easier. Sally is 850, and it rises by 10. So let's do Sally first, okay? Because Sally's only goes up by 10. Right? So Sally is 850, and it rises by 10 point. Right? So first week, Sally's gonna be 860. It's easy. We just keep adding 10 to it. 870, 880, 890, 900, 910, 920, 930, 940, 950, 960, and 970 by the week 12. By the time SAT comes along, that's what Sally scores. Okay, George, it's a little harder. Okay, George, his is 570, which is what we have, but he grows by 50. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a calculator because I'm not really feeling like doing much work tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna just add 50 to it. So 570, and I'm gonna add 50. 620. Okay, and then add another 50. 670. Okay, add another 50. All right, what's going on? Sorry, calculator is not really wanting to work. Well, I guess we could do it by hand. This is what happens when you rely too much on technology. Okay, 670 plus 50 is going to be what? 720. Right, plus 50 is 770. Oh, I guess we don't need the calculator. You see how there's a pattern? Right? It looks like it's growing. So it's like it's 70, 20, 70, 20, 70, right? And it just kind of keeps growing. So, right, so 770, and then it'd be 820, 870, 920. Oh, look at this. At week 7, 920 and 920. Right? We keep going. 970, 10, 20, 10, 70, 11, 20, and 11, 70. So by the time the SAT comes around, George is definitely going to be higher. Okay. So when would George's score catch up to Sally? So George and Sally will have the same score at the 7th week of practice, right? So we'll say at or after, right? I will say at uh, the 7th week. Okay. If the SAT score is in 12 weeks, who will have the higher score? Okay. We'll say George will have the higher score. Okay. And all the work is on the table. So we know that. Okay. Okay. Number 27. On the same set of axes, graph each line in the system below. What is the point of intersection? Does more than one exist? And how do you know? Right? Okay. So in order for us to graph, we need X and Y axis. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this. I'm going to first kind of take a look at the my equations, right? So taking a look at it, looks like they both start at positive, right? Positive 2 and positive 6, right? So I think I need it to be a little bit heavier on top. So here's my y-axis, and here's my x-axis. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and doesn't really matter as much as you're willing to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I just did a couple extras because I have some space left. Okay. So this is just like what we did on the warm-up today in class. Right. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this first one. Right. We will start at positive 2. So when we graph it, it's always going to be on the y because that's the y-intercept. We'll graph it at a positive 2. And and then we're going to find our second point, and it's going to be found by using the slope. In front of the x is the slope. It's a negative 1. So negative 1 really means negative 1 over 1. Okay, which means that the slope is down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Okay, and then if I'm going backwards, or if I could just draw a line, you'll see it right here, right? If I just draw a line, okay, but you can see how it's not really accurate. So I can just keep doing the opposite. Instead of down 1 over to the right one, I can go up 1 to the left one. Oops, not very accurate either. Up 1 to the left one. Up 1 to the left one. Okay, up 1 to the left one. And I can keep doing that. Up 1 to the left one. Up 1 to the left one. And up 1 to the left one. That's about it. So it's at this level right here. And it's at right here. Okay. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay. All right. So that's the red one. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. And then the blue one. We have this one. This one looks a little easier because all the numbers are there. Right. So the y-intercept in the back right here, that's the y-intercept. That's where we start. So that's positive 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the slope is 3. And then we know that 3 would be considered 3 over 1. So it'll be up 3 and the over 1. Up 3 and over 1. Okay, so that's a big, okay. And if I want to see where it is going down, I would have to go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and it's the left one. And oh ho ho, look at this. They actually both hit the same spot. Down 3, over 1. And just keep going on that. So if I was to draw, my blue line would look not very good. But my blue line would look something like this. And my red line would look something like this. Okay. So that's my 2 lines. And I can actually, because if I was just to do the lines, I probably wouldn't have found the right spot. But because I kept doing up 1 or down 1 over 1 and up 3 over 1, all that stuff, I actually am able to find the right spot. And the right spot is right there where the green dot is. The intersection point is to the left 1 and then up 3. So left 1 means -1, up 3 means +3. Okay. Let's see. What is the intersection point? Got that? Does more than one exist? Okay. Well, we know that with 2 lines, they will only cross once. Okay. And if they are going to cross more than once, then they're going to be the same line. So, for example, if you have 2 lines, right, they will either cross, and you get one crossing. Oops. Or they will be parallel, and they will never cross, or they will be exactly the same line. And in that case, they're going to cross it a lot of times. Okay, so when you have 2 lines, they will either cross it once, none, or many. And when we say many, we're talking about infinitely many. Okay, so this one only crosses it once. All right, that's a wrap, guys, gals. Trying to turn this off. There. Let me do this. Okay, finally. Sorry about that. You could have stopped before.